listening to financial experts. We did have, it was supposed to have a guest speaker, but there was a death in the family, so she wasn't able to come, so that's why you see that part there. She was going to be from the financial aid department. She was going to come and talk about like student loans and debt and so forth. Do we have any questions about what we covered? Anything that we want a little bit more clarification on? There should be an evaluation form for you. I'll have you fill that out. Oh, Ashley, yes.
For people my age and younger, we don't make much money. So how can we save more if we don't necessarily have to?
And maybe, we have different stages in life. So for example, when you're in college, chances are you're not going to be able to really save. But what you can be doing is trying to build those habits while you're in college. So being able to track your money, know what you're spending, that's going to help you way down the road when you are making more money. So by doing this now, you're building habits, or what we talked about, that lifestyle that's going to carry on throughout the rest of your life. So I would say more than anything, whether you're making a lot of money or being able to save, at least you know exactly where your money's going. And I think, I can tell you that there are plenty of people out there, that we like, some of our relatives with my wife and I, they make a lot of money. They make pretty good money. We got one person, my wife's, brother-in-law, he probably makes somewhere around $37 an hour. He makes really good money. He works on electrical lines, he's a foreman, he gets a lot of overtime, plus his wife works. Between the both of them, they are well over $100,000 a year because of all the overtime. They're more like the $130,000, $140,000 a year. They live paycheck to paycheck, and they have bounced many checks in their time. And you have to ask them, why is that? Because they don't really track what they're spending. They're not really, paying attention to where the money's going. And so imagine what would happen if they would have started some of those lessons early on in life, where they would be at. They're always dipping into his retirement savings, which you have to pay a penalty for if you dip into your retirement. And I remember one thing that just drove me nuts was that he decided that he wanted, it's one of those little, I don't know what you call them. They're basically like a goat card sort of, but they're for like, hunting and stuff, those little, I forgot the name of them official, but yeah. And so, but it cost him close to $20,000 for this, which he had to take out of his retirement fund. Then they had to drive down to Arizona to go get it. And then the first day that they got him back, he wrecked it. And it has a big old dent in it. And so he still has it, but it has that dent in it. First day he got back. And so it happens. And so I would just say, it doesn't matter. I always tell people, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much you make, it's what you do with that money. And so, but the first step is actually know where is the money going. So right now you're probably thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to save right now. But you are going to be able to track your money. And I can tell you, when you actually are making a lot more money, you're going to know where all the money's going. And then you're going to realize, I'm still, living, and that's another thing, live under your means. Always live under your means. Because, live like a college student, but get, a professional salary, see how much savings you start to make, then. I can tell you from my own experience, I'll give you last year. My wife and I, between the both of us, we probably take home after taxes somewhere around $4,600, $4,700 a month with both of us. We still live. Now there's some expenses that we have that we didn't have before, like daycare costs and so forth. But last year, for example, I was able to save $27,000 just from still trying to live under my means. That's 1 year, and so and eventually in time, it starts to add up. And so, most people are probably not going to do that because it seems like the more money they make, what do? The more they spend. They get a bigger salary, they've already figured out a way to spend that raise that they got. And so it's a lot of it's the mindset. You have to be in that mindset that you're still that college student, you're still getting that, the lower income there for that. If you have that mindset, you're going to the money's going to start adding up in time. Now, obviously, kids and stuff, it costs. And there's going to be maybe not, you can't save quite as much. But there will be some areas eventually that you can start cutting a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to save $27,000 in 1 year. If you save $1,000 or $2,000, that's still good because any money that's saved, it keeps you out of the red. So, other questions? All right, well, fill out the evaluation form, and then we're done. If you have questions for me, I'll stick after here if you need me to.